I am so excited to have you here for this new treatment. Today we are focusing on a specific sensation, and we are going to be working with the sensory experience of touch. Now, touch is a lot more complicated than we give it credit for. We have a lot of different receptors that deal with specific kinds of stimuli. For example, maybe it's more of a pressure sensor, or it could be temperature, vibration, fine point, or sort of a pain receptor, stretch and distortion of the skin. There are so many different elements of touch, and today I want to explore those with you. Now, for this treatment, I am, of course, going to need to touch you, and we are going to be focusing on the face so that you can see everything I'm doing. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. Some people feel a little more at ease being able to see everything. Some people feel that the touch is heightened if they close their eyes, and then they're able to focus more. But that's up to you. Now, is it all right if I touch you for this treatment? Wonderful. I'd like to really get into it. So I want to start with pressure. We're going to start with a medium depth of pressure. And I'm just going to ask that you tell me when you feel the touch. There. There. Good. There. Just pressing in. Releasing. Good. Release. Okay. Press. Release. Press. Release. Good. Good. Right in here. Okay, and about right here. Okay. So did any of those spots feel different to any of the other areas that I touched? Perhaps there's a heightened sensation, diminished sensation, any sort of numbness. Very good. All right. So looks like we can pretty much get to all areas, and do let me know if anything is painful or uncomfortable. We're going to start by just exploring this kind of touch here, where I'm pressing in and releasing, just like that. It's almost like receiving a palpation exam at the doctor's office a bit, where I am exploring just as much as you are. So you are receiving all of this information, and I am receiving quite a bit of information. See, touch is how we get so much knowledge about our world. perhaps we use our eyes the most to gather intel, but I would say touch is probably number 2. Hearing certainly gives us a lot, but touch, there are so many layers to touch, right? We can learn so much from touch. And touch is an important part of a living being's existence. When touch is wanted and welcomed, it reduces stress and anxiety, whether it's from a human and a human and an animal, or a human and an object. And between humans, and I would say animals as well, it also encourages social bonding. It's very important. It's important and integral to a healthy well-being. Good. Now I am going to bring out a little fine point here, and we're going to do some of that fine point touching. So this toothpick here, I'm pressing in quite deep, and it does not break the skin. However, because it is this fine, sharp point, it is going to activate the same receptors that tell you if something is painful. So we are just going to use this first. So I'm going to test this on your jaw. If you could just tell me that you feel this. Okay, good. So I'm just going to poke around your face, essentially. I'm not going to be poking as deep as I was with my finger, but just enough that you feel the touch, that you receive that signal. So let's start right here. Just going to poke, 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 just like that. And do all of those touches feel the same? And how about on this side? Poke, poke, poke. Wonderful. So, just going to be poke, poke, poking around. Now you might be wondering, what exactly does all of this do that this would be considered a treatment, right? But this very sort of gentle and thorough observation, and as more of an experimental sort of fashion, poke, poke, poke. This, a little bit as that social bond sort of feeling, but that's not the one we're going for. We're looking for the decrease in stress and anxiety. Poke, poke, poke. And all of these different stimuli do different things to a person depending on the person. This touch, for example, poke, poke, poke. This might be very soothing to one person while another may not. Poke, poke, poke. Enjoy it as much. So this is a taste tester. Poke, poke, poke. And from here, poke, poke, poke. You can let us know what kind of touches, poke, 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 were better, which ones were not as welcome. Poke, poke, poke. And then we can get more in depth into it. Now we're going to switch it up a little, and we are going to use a bit of what's called slip or slide. And this type of sensation is going to be like the stroking sensation. So I have a little cotton bud here, very soft, very downy, and we are going to do just what we did, except instead of poking, we're going to very gently, very lightly slide the cotton bud over the skin. Let me show you what that feels like. Like that, right? So tell me, does this feel the same as that? And does this feel the same as that? Does this feel the same as that? Good. So we're going to kind of play around in these areas. I'm going to just touch around here. And all the while, I'm watching your reactions. Kind of keeping an eye on you so we have a little bit of our own data to go with. And right in here. And after this, we're going to alternate our cotton bud and toothpick stimuli. Good. Good. We're just going to come around with this little bit of touch here. Maybe right across like this. Maybe across up here. And right here. A lot of what I'm doing simulates the 3 branches of the trigeminal nerve, which is cranial nerve number 5. You have the ophthalmic up in here, the maxillary right in here, and the mandibular right in here. Just want to see maybe if doing these little bits is different than, say, a slow slide little slides here and there. And maybe all around. A little bit here. All around. And a little bit here. A little bit there. A little bit here. Maybe all the way down. Since we're just trying things out, we can have a bit of fun with it and just see what seems to register or not. Doesn't matter either way. We are just going to try out everything. Good. Now let's bring both of our stimuli into the mix. So we have our cotton bud and our toothpick, our slip or slide, and our fine point. So I'd just like you to tell me which of these that you feel. The sharp or the soft? Sharp, soft, sharp, soft, sharp, soft, 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 sharp, sharp, soft, 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 sharp, sharp, sharp. And can you feel the discrimination between these two quite well? They are very different kinds of touch. One of them goes quite a distance, while the other is just a quick little prick here and there. Not even a prick, really. Just more of a poke. Sharp. Soft. Soft. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Soft. 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 Good. Soft. Sharp. Soft. 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 Sharp. Sharp. Go ahead. Soft. Soft. Sharp. Okay. You seem to really be quite attuned to these different And we're just going to go a little back and forth. And you can tell me later if the alternation works better or not. Good. I'll just mix these for a little bit here. And does this happen to make one, the other, or both sensations more acute at all? Do you feel it more? Or perhaps less? Is it a little more confusing for your nervous system? I see. Well, let's see what we've got on tap for you next. So we are going to do a little slip/slide with my fingers. And I also have a little cotton round here and we can use as well. So with this is going to be just like face stroking, essentially. There's no pressure behind it. It's just the sliding sensation here. Now, if you could tell me when you feel my fingers. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Not both hands at once. Mm-hmm. Okay, and when I pull forward, is that really much different than if I slide back? Pull forward, slide back, pull forward, slide back. Mm-hmm. And if we go one side, the other, top, bottom. How does this differ, if you could say? Good. is the sensation with both sides, as opposed to just one, for example. And what if they are in more random locations? For example, just doing these bits of slide here. Very soft. No weight. No pressure. Good. And we can bring out the cotton round. Here. And can you feel this? Good. Good. So let's do our touch here. Feel that? Is that different? It's right here. And how about here? With over here. How about right here? To right here. 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 Doing our slide all over here. And then after our slip slash slide, we are going to be working with stretch or distortion. And you can do this with sort of a pinching motion, but that's not what we're going to do. We are going to just stretch the skin. So it actually might feel more like a massage, really. Like maybe one of those face yoga kind of deals. Just be stretching the skin. Nothing too exciting, but it's still going to have that sort of distortion. We'll be using as well in a bit. So let's work with distortion here. So I'm just going to put my fingers, for example, at the temples and pull back or pull forward. We can pull back or pull forward like that. So is that comfortable enough? We're not going to go back too far or forward. Forward, back, just like that. Forward, back, forward, back. Like that, very gentle. Is it different if it's two sides at once? Okay. Good. Forward, back, forward, back. Good. Okay. We'll just do some of this gentle stretching back and forth. Good. Nice and easy. All around. Just gentle stretching. Gently stretching back and forth. Good. Good. And are any of these areas becoming sore at all? Okay. This might even have the added benefit of feeling quite nice for the muscles, the fascia, the skin. Might loosen things up a little. A nice unintentional benefit. Forth. Back. Good. It's quite soothing just having this sort of rhythm. Having the slight sounds. another one of our instruments. Because we are going to be working with the sensation of vibration. And I'd like to use this 128 hertz tuning fork. But we're not focusing on the sound. We are focusing on the feeling of the vibration. So, you feel this? Right here? Good. What about right here? Here? Good. Here. 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 And right here. Feel that all okay? Good. So, just going to work with this a little. Yeah, just tell me if any of this is painful or uncomfortable. Good. Good. Right here. How about right here? Okay. It is kind of an interesting feeling, yes. This little buzzy sensation. Good. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right there. Good. A little bit there. What about? Okay, good. Tricky thing. Quite tricky. Here. And does that feel different with both tines at the same time? Both tines. A little bit. About right here. Not so much. There we go. Good. Good. Tricky thing. Right there. It's both tines. Do we prefer one tine or two? Mm-hmm. Right here. Good. Mm-hmm. All right, so then we are going to be doing a little bit of vibration with my fingers now. So I am just going to be tapping in different spots. Just like that. This little light tapping. Good. Sort of quick vibratory tapping. Can you feel all of this all right? Good. Good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then we'll do two sides. Good. And how is this? Just some quick little taps. Quick bits of vibration. It has to be quick, otherwise it wouldn't be vibration. Mm. Good. Mm. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish it up with something very simple, which is static pressure. And this is not going to be so much reliant on pressure as it is more on the static nature. So what this means is I am just going to be holding your face. Holding. Good. Holding. I can do this. One hand. Or the other. And just staying here for multiple seconds. Just holding. There could be something said rather, about the nature of sustained versus quick bursts of contact. That's what we're kind of looking at here. sustained versus the fleeting bits of sensation. Just holding. Just holding. There's not much to the static pressure. Just these bits. Light pressure. I think that is going to end our touch treatment. Now I have a little exit survey that we will send to you by email so that you can fill it out and let us know what worked, what didn't, and if you decide to do another touch treatment, then we already have those bits of information and can create a nice, tailored session for you with all of your favorites. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for coming to me for this touch treatment. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, it would greatly help me out if you clicked the like button and left a comment so YouTube's algorithm registers that it was a good video. If you want to see more of my work, consider subscribing to the channel. I create primarily medical, pseudoscience / alternative medicine, and personal attention ASMR roleplays. But I've done a little bit of everything from historical to sci-fi to fantasy. If you'd like to support the channel, I offer ad-free videos, early access on videos, and exclusive content on Patreon.